Dr. Cam has worked in this profession for over 25 years. Having recently relocated to a castle, his day job keeps him busy and entertained.
I'm Dr. Kgbo, full-time veterinary behaviourist. I've been a veterinarian for the last 33 years and have been doing behaviour management for the last 25 years full-time. We see all forms of behaviour here, from aggression to barking to house soiling to compulsive behaviours, and we fix those and have a lot of fun doing so.
Thank you, Dr. Cam, for joining us here today. Now, what was the reason that made you choose to move to Camelot?
Well, Camelot is a bit of an unusual location, to understate the obvious. It's a charming place, and one of the main benefits for us is it combined the two turrets, which house my business, and the big house down the back is for the family. And of course, we've got 10 acres of land, so there's a little bit of room for the horses and the chickens and the dogs and whatever else we decide to have.
What exactly does being a veterinary behaviourist mean?
Well, being a veterinarian who deals with behaviour means that firstly we're referred the worst case behaviours of southeast Queensland. So about 48% of what we do are aggression, about 28% are to do with barking, separation, anxiety and things of that nature, and house soiling, things of that.
What has been the hardest part of your career so far?
Well, the hardest part is keeping the business running in the way it should do, particularly because we had a recent problem with our daughter Cassie, who was sadly diagnosed with breast cancer. She's doing very well with that, but that sort of dislocated the business for a little while we were working out the best remedy of care for her.
Unfortunately, due to the nature of the treatment that I've had and the diagnosis, I've had to leave the majority of my work. I've only been able to do a few days in the last 6 months, just simply due to having to go on chemo and surgery and other treatments. And so it has affected how I have worked, but it certainly hasn't reduced my passion for life or passion for animals and my family. If anything, it's increased it.
How has your family coped with your daughter's cancer diagnosis?
It's been a bit of a worrying process, of course. I mean, when you get a diagnosis of cancer, the big C word is, well, it's not a nice word to hear and not a nice word to want to deal with. So we were very worried about what was happening, but thankfully Cass has come through the mastectomy and the chemotherapy very well, and she's looking like $1 million at the moment. She's on top of the world, very healthy, and starting to go back to work now, which is just excellent.
I hear that you're also a very experienced media presenter and you've been nominated to be the next Bondi Vet. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, doing media is something I've been doing for decades, and it started back in 1984 or so when I was invited to go onto ABC radio to do talkback radio. Being a little bit alternative and a little bit different, I attended with a swearing sulphur-crested cockatoo who was very good at swearing four-letter words and used to drink beer. We called him Bob Hawke because he came to the place where I was working at the same time that Bob Hawke was going from trade unions as a womanising sort of beer-swilling fellow to the Prime Minister of Australia. So Bob Hawke, the cockatoo, was well known in political circles. He used to poop on politicians. It was quite funny. So from there, the media career developed. I've done a lot of TV work over the years with pets behaving badly and Channel 10 programs and things of that nature.
Now, Cassie, obviously you and your father do have a very close relationship and a really good working relationship, and you recently nominated him to be the new Bondi Vet. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, that was just a spur of the moment thing, to be honest. I was just scrolling through Facebook as you do every night because it's addictive, and we're at the age where, social media natives. And just scrolling through, scroll, came across a post from Bondi Vet saying that they're on the search for the new Bondi Vet because Dr. Chris Brown's leaving. And so I was just like, I'm going to nominate Dad. So I did, and then I completely forgot about it until a couple of weeks later, and Dad got a call from one of the producers saying, "Hi Cam, you've been nominated, congratulations, to be the new Bondi Vet." Dad's like, "Oh wow, did you know about this?" And I'm like, "Yes, actually, because it was me that nominated you."
Dr. Cam is one of only a few veterinarians in Australia that deals with animal behavioural issues. If you would like to find out more about Dr. Cam and his services, please go to www.pethealth.com.au.
I will